There you go.
There you go. Yes.
Kind of the same thing.
No, man.
Put this thing on.
All right, I'm recording here.
Okay. I did get did pick up my Euro mount for my buck this year.
Nice.
Yeah. Got another dead thing to go along with that dead thing and this dead thing.
It's looking sharp. Welcome back to the Okayest Cook Podcast. I'm Chris Whonsetler, your host, joined remotely with Andy and Corey Cole. How are you guys doing?
Doing well.
Finishing up
here.
Good.
Chilling. It's the evening.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we got a Super Bowl coming up. Yes.
We do.
So, tonight we're going to chit-chat about what are we doing for the Super Bowl. But before that, what have you guys eaten? What are some notable meals?
Terrible question for me right now. I'm right in the middle of a 72-hour water fast.
Oh no!
So you've had a lot of water, huh?
Bro, I have pissed so much today.
What are you craving? I should ask.
Well,
if that's an
what
appropriate
I'm
question.
craving is what's showing up all over my Facebook, and it's chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. There may be a bag of them right there.
Clicking the wrong link, Corey.
So I'm following Gary Brecka's 72-hour water fast. So the first day was just teaspoon of sea salt water, and then a gallon of water for the day. And then I have had today I was allowed 2 cups, one at noon and one at 6 of bone broth from Kettle and Fire.
All right.
What's your goal?
I mean, I'm just trying to reset my gut.
Yeah.
Mental clarity. I've actually never gone more than 24 hours. So I'm pretty proud of
72
myself
sounds
on that.
brutal, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm at like 56 right now, I think. So
Ugh.
3 tomorrow is my 72 hours.
Good luck.
Pretty
on
sure that I just went like 2 hours past my normal eating time, and Andres got to see like a darker side of me. So, I couldn't imagine doing 72 hours of a water cleanse. But
honestly, I've thought about doing stuff like what was it? There's a juice company here in Indy. They sold a cleanse, natural born juicers. Yeah, so I thought about doing that for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But that's more of a juice cleanse.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm telling you now, it's water in, water out.
Yeah, no joke.
From all directions.
Oh, jeez. Well, tell us if it works. Tell us if the cleanse does its trick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, I just let's go going on to like what I think is going to be something I'll probably talk about for the Super Bowl conversation. I just kind of, I guess, maybe did a little bit of a test run. The boys got to see me while we were getting set up, finishing off my dinner. But I think we've talked about Arepas on this podcast before. But one of the things that I love about it is that it's something that you can put just about anything in. So, like as you all know, and the resident meal prepper of the group, and eating like a dog most of the time throughout the week, I make a lot of ground venison or ground beef, right? For those of you that don't hunt. And it is just a great thing to have around the house because it's so versatile, right? You can put it on rice, and you guys you've heard me talk about dirty rice. But also you can put it inside of tacos and things like that. But we did it tonight for dinner in Arepas, which are Venezuelan. Well, it's a Latin American. I'm being listened to right now, like live, so I'm going to explain this properly. But it is a flour and water mixture that makes like patties that are then put into a pan and fried. And you open them up, and you cut them open in half, and it kind of like they kind of look like English muffins, but they are shorter. And then you open them up, and then you can stuff literally anything in them, which is what's so cool about it. And we had some of the ground beef because of meal prepping this week, and I was like, well, we'll do the normal setup there, but instead of putting it on rice, we'll put it on arepa, throw a little sharp cheddar on top of it, and just so good.
Awesome.
So good.
Sounds good.
So it's one of those things that also we make them. You can make them big, you can make them small. So it would be a fun little like potential thing to think about for the Super Bowl, to do something a little bit outside of the box, thinking not your normal stuff. But I'm sure we'll get into to that plan as well.
Put it on the back burner.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
100%.
How about you, Chris? What have you been eating?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned the eating like a dog meal prepping, because I did just that. I actually prepped some meals.
I'm proud of
good
you.
for myself. I think I have 4 of them that I prepped.
Nice, good.
So I had some chicken thighs left over from another project, and I made stock out of the bones and the leftover bits, the skin and whatnot from the chicken thighs.
That's awesome.
And I had smoked chicken thighs on top of what I'm going to call strong bad rice. Kind of a callback to the last episode with Ian. And strong bad rice is when you make rice with stock instead of just normal water. So you have to listen to the episode with Ian to get that reference to strong bad home.
So you have a great protein rice there.
Yeah, dude, the flavor was just out of this world. And I've never done that before. Like, I've never done rice or beans like cooked in stock, and it was worth it, dude. The flavor was just like next level. So take your dirty rice to a new level.
Yeah, well, I'm just proud of you for prepping four different things, so you get your variety, so you don't have to feel like you're eating like a dog. Because there are times, man, it hits you and you're like, well, I guess I'll have meat and rice again.
Right. Yeah, it worked. Like, I'm changing out the veg on each one, so it's not the identical thing for 4 days straight. But and I might freeze a couple and eat them next week. Who knows? But it was good. Nice. I think it turned out all right. I like the idea. Good. Like, I like having to not think about meals. And that's the way to go there.
I guess I will say my last meal before my fast was we took some new friends to Sauce on the Side. Have you guys ever been there?
No. Where is that?
There's a location in Carmel, and there's a location in downtown. There's a location. The one we went to is downtown, right across the street from Cambridge Field House. But it is basically a calzone, and they've got like tons of different styles. And then you can choose the sauce, and it comes on the side. So you can do barbecue sauce or Alfredo, or it's great for me too, because I can eat there, because I can get it without cheese, because I can't have the dairy. And then the tomatoes are too acidic for me, so I could get barbecue sauce instead. So, dude, it's so good. Sounds awesome. And they're huge. The calzone, I mean, they're easily this big.
Yeah, dude.
Nice, man. I haven't had a calzone in ages.
So good. I love calzones. That used to be a go-to, man. Ooh, so good. Puccini's.
Well, if you're downtown, Chris, go to the one over by Gamebridge. It's never busy. It's like a little hidden gem.
Nice. Sauce on the side.
There's one up in Carmel too.
Yeah, 100%. We'll check it out. I'm down there often enough. But yeah, so as far as thinking ahead about meals goes, have you guys thought about Super Bowl? Do you guys have plans for the game meal?
Go ahead, Corey.
We're doing tacos. We got some friends coming over. We're just gonna do some simple tacos.
Is that like a staple for you guys?
Yeah, but you can't have a Super Bowl party without wings. Maybe I'll get some boneless wings and put them in my tacos.
That'd be good.
Is that a sin?
I mean, you do. That's a beautiful thing about a taco, buddy. You can put anything in a taco.
Yes.
I don't actually have a whole lot of plans this year so far. Anyway, I'm sure if I end up at a Super Bowl party, great. If not, wings are my usual go-to. It's the weather has been nice here recently, at least last couple of days. Anyway, so it's gotten me starting to think about my grill again and getting back out there a little more. And so wings are usually my go-to. One of my tricks, and again, you guys know my affinity for the sous vide, and I did that. That's what I've done in the past for Super Bowl parties. Is just I'll do the wings in the sous vide and get them, because you can just do a ton of them there, and then you can finish them either on the grill or in the broiler or in the oven if the weather's too crappy. But it's just it's got a cheat code, as you guys know. The sous vide is great because you can time things a lot easier if you're not having to worry about watching the meat cook. So that's what I did that last year, and that's probably what I'll do again this year is sous vide. You can get. I mean, I got that big tub for mine, so I can get I probably get 5-6 pounds actually inside of that. Oh yeah, easily.
Easily, yeah.
If not more. So you can get a lot of meat rolling that way, and then that way too. As you broil them, you can broil them as you go. You can keep some back if you want to make sure that after halftime you still got food. You hold some back and then do them again at halftime. So
you at least have hot food after halftime.
Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, wings are definitely my go-to, but obviously I love a good taco bar and. But who knows? Like I said, I've done a poor job this year of looking around, and it's not something that, again, not going to talk about sports, but not really a fan of the teams that are involved. Yeah. So, I've written off the NFL this year, but any case, it'll be fun. It's a good opportunity to get together with people.
We can talk about sports, but it would be a one-sided conversation here.
True.
I would listen about sports. Yes. Dude, it's hilarious. You guys both mentioned wings, and my college buddies group chat just sent a list. It's like it's a map of the U.S. and Newsweek did like a poll and like what state has like the popular dishes from each state for the Super Bowl. Yeah. And there's a vast majority that has the exact same thing. And it's not wings. Actually, wings is not on the list. Like, it's a weird list. I don't know where like these people are coming from that are making these foods on the list. Because you would expect wings to be on the list. Well, it's I'm trying to find a way to show it like to you guys right now, but the technology is beyond me at the moment. So I'll have to show you the chart later on. But it's like predominantly one item. And it is an item that I love. I'm a huge fan of it. And it's rare that a sporting event goes by without me having this event or this dish. And it is buffalo chicken dip. And
I can see that though.
There it is. Yeah. It's
that's
legit
one of my least
like
favorite.
Half of America makes
we're doing buffalo.
Chicken.
I mean, most of these wings are buffalo wings. I mean, we're kind of.
It's true. Yeah. But this is specifically is the buffalo chicken dip. And there's some weird things like Alaska does deviled eggs, Arizona does Sonoran hot dogs, fried green tomatoes is on the list.
Oh, love some
baked
fried green
potatoes, garlic knots, poke bowls,
yeah,
crawfish etouffee. Guess what?
Oh, bro, that's the deep south.
Yeah, that's
my go-to order. Yeah, it's
we got sopapillas, baked ziti. I don't know what this one is. Knofla, Knoepphla soup. I got to Google that one later. Texas does hot dogs. Of all things, Texas does hot dogs.
You think they at least like chili?
They're supposed to be like the barbecue capital of the world, right? And they're doing hot dogs for Super Bowl.
Can't mess it up, I guess.
That was a red flag. So this list might be complete bonkers. But
and aren't they the inventors of chili? Chili and Super Bowl.
They got their opinions on a type of chili.
They have strong opinions on a lot of things in Texas.
Yeah, that is true. And last on the list, I have to Google this one as well, but it's funeral potatoes.
Oh, love them.
I don't know what that is.
A funeral potato.
So they're made different ways, but it's basically a scout potato.
Okay. Well, we've also discussed on this podcast that's also made a bunch of different ways.
Yes.
Yes. So
17 tons of butter at Corey's house.
Yep.
Yes.
If I remember correctly.
Dude,
we'll do like funeral sandwiches. Have you ever heard of those? So like you take Hawaiian roll and then you make like a amazing sauce. Just makes the sauce. I don't even know what it is. Like W sauce with
Worcestershire sauce. I know you don't like to say it.
And then I think there's like a Dijon mustard in it as well. And then ham and cheese, and then you just bake them in the oven in a plate.
That sounds awesome. I've had those before.
They're pretty great. They're easy to make. That's why they call them funeral sandwiches, because they can be served to huge groups of people.
Right.
At the funeral, I'm getting it now.
Yeah.
There you go.
Our go-to, man, is the meatballs and weenies.
Yes.
Yeah, the meatballs and barbecue
Crock-pot.
sauce, another staple. Crock pot.
The little Smokies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you guys put in your sauce for like little Smokies?
It's barbecue sauce.
See, we have a special barbecue sauce.
Okay.
I've not been able to find it in a store. I see like Kroger and Miner has a version of it, but it's not the same. So it's Sweet Baby Ray's, but it's a citrus chipotle.
Oh.
Mm.
And there's a kind of a citrus one at Meyer, but it's not the same. So we get it from Webstron.
Mm.
We just order, and you can get it in it's like a 32 ounce. But the only problem is, the longer you let it sit in that sauce, and then the next day, the hotter it gets, dude.
That's awesome.
That second and third day just lights you up, man. The kids can't touch them by the second day.
Oh, geez, that's awesome. Well, I'll save my little smoky recipe for the end, but it involves jelly. And it's
I've heard this. Yeah,
I'm
excited to hear. I'm excited to hear what you do with it. I have a buddy who does the same. Puts some jelly, a couple different types. Well, he's done it a couple different ways, I should say. But there's always a jelly in it on his the meatballs, like the barbecue sauce and meatballs.
Like grape jelly, or
I think so. Yeah, I'll have to get with Kyle on his recipe too, because his favorite thing is to ask people what they think it is, and they say barbecue sauce, and he's like, "It's not barbecue sauce."
But is it jelly or is it jam?
What's the difference?
What's the difference?
There is a difference.
I bet there is. Sugar content?
Well,
Probably
one is easier to
fruit
spread than the other.
Yeah,
That's how I go about it.
Well, it's easier to spread the other. That makes sense.
I think it really is. I think you're right. I think it's the sugar content.
Sugar content. That's what I thought it was. But,
yeah, somebody has an opinion.
Yeah.
It's not me.
What about drinks? What's your go-to drinks?
Beer, baby. Miller Lite. Give me the white can.
Yeah.
Probably about the same. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Light beer. It's a long day.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. No, I will say a good margarita too is also a good way to start off the party as well. So
That's
welcome drinks. Like, I'm a big fan of having a welcome drink at a party in general. But margaritas are always, I feel like, a good hit for those types of events for sure. Especially as a welcome drink.
Good to do in batches.
Easy to do in batches. Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Do you do pre-made kits, or do you have your own recipe?
All right, come on, man. Of course not. No, I like. I'm a big fan. I will say, I'm a big fan of Contro inside of a margarita. So that's an orange liqueur for those of you that don't know.
So it's like your traditional margarita.
Yeah. So but I'm a big fan of. I prefer to use Blanco tequila instead of like a recipe. Yeah, because you put some gold in there. A lot of the trashier ones will use gold. I just don't like the bite that it gives. It just makes it a little bit cleaner, especially for the masses. And then if you do more on the Contro side to the lime juice side of things, it makes it a little bit more palatable across people who maybe don't like how sour the lime part can make it. But usually I stick to what is basically 2 parts lime, 1 part Contro, usually 2 parts tequila if you're making them strong, something like that, something along those lines. And then you don't have to worry so much about adding in a bunch of like extra sugary stuff to it. But if you got to make it a little sweeter, some agave syrup will go a long way too.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
I've got an awesome recipe for people who don't think they like margaritas, or like if you're kind of hesitant, like this recipe. Send you over the moon. Crazy easy. You just get a pitcher. You take 1 Corona, dump that in. You fill the Corona bottle with Sprite, dump that in. You fill the bottle with tequila, you dump that in. We like Cazadores.
Yeah.
So again, they're silver, whatever they call it.
You just like because there's a deer on it.
I do.
Yeah.
It's like legit good tequila though. It's like it's phenomenal. So dump the tequila in there, and then you put a frozen limeade in there.
Oh yeah.
Stir that up. It's ready to go. Freeze it if you want to, but like crazy high sugar content.
I was like, you just had all the sugars.
Crazy high sugar content. Yeah, so be careful.
Yeah.
But
we have one that is our go-to where we do you put cranberry juice, half cranberry. You get a gallon freezer bag. You get half of it cranberry juice, and then half Malibu mix, and you freeze that overnight, and then you get it out and throw it in a bowl. And you pour Sprite on top of it. Now, if you wanted to add a liquor to it, definitely add a tequila to it. Would be a good drink. But that's just a good one that we go to. That's kind of our go-to and one that people love when we make it. So Jess will probably make 3 or 4 of those gallon baggies of it.
Yeah. Nice. It's fun. Solid. Good welcome drinks. Yeah, welcome drinks I think are a good staple for the parties. And I think it's also one of those things where like everyone thinks about the appetizer. I think there's always a charcuterie board at mine too. I would say if I had to pick, if I'm planning out my perfect party, there's always a charcuterie board there. Chris, I know, is a huge fan of that as well. As the last time he was at my house, he brought over a charcuterie board along with my charcuterie board.
We doubled up.
We had all the charcuterie.
It wasn't meant to be a competition, but
no, but it was good. Both boards.
They were vastly different, though.
They were and that's the best thing about them.
Yes.
I also don't think it's a bad idea to have a veggie board, especially when you start to pack on some of these major meals and stuff. You got enough buffalo chicken dip in your tummy
with all that stuff going on.
Got to grab a little some carrots will go a long way. Some carrots and broccoli, and some ranch dressing can go a long way.
Yeah.
Celery. Got to have celery on the board.
Yeah. Someone will eat it, not
some
me.
Hummus.
Yeah, it's hummus.
Yep. It's good ones for sure.
Things, yeah.
I think the one that we haven't talked about, which I'm kind of surprised that neither one of you guys brought this up, but like thinking back and like even growing, like all the parties I've got to, there's almost always some sort of like cheese, like queso dip that's got like meat in it. You know, it's usually
I was about to say I've got a smoked cheese dip that I do. Yep.
Yeah. Smoke. There we go. So so it, you got a couple pound or so ground beef and cheese, and like it's like a beefy, cheesy. It's got some kick to it, type of thing.
Oh yeah.
To go along with that buffalo.
Yeah, Jess does that with Rotella.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Rotel, pound of ground meat,
and then a can of Rotella in it. Yeah,
like 5 different kinds of cheeses. Oh, it's so good on the smoker. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Next level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did a version for a dairy-free friend a couple years ago that turned out really, really good. And I wish I could find the recipe, because I haven't been able to duplicate.
Well, if you do, let me know. I'd love to check it out.
Well, it was a goat cheese version, so kind of. I mean, it's dairy, right? But she's not. Maybe lactose, not dairy.
Yeah, but
right, because goat cheese.
Yeah, but goat cheese doesn't. Yeah, goat cheese doesn't bother us. I think even too, like the harder the cheese is, the more you can test it.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Mozzarella doesn't bother me.
Okay. Yeah, so I believe I used a goat cheese, but it was a specific kind because typically goat cheese doesn't melt all that well.
Yeah.
But we found
one that tastes like feet.
No, dude, it's so good. You get the Rotella and the meat in there, you can't tell.
You can't even tell.
But it was white. Yeah, but it turned out really, really good. I was a fan.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah.
I have a recipe for a raspberry goat cheese like dip.
That sounds good. Dude, fruit and cheese is like
a very would like it.
Dynamite combo.
Fruit and cheese is the way to go. Also why charcuterie is awesome, because you can put cheeses and fruits and to the next level. I'm a big fan of jam, I guess, in that instance. Less jelly, more jam on a board as well.
Dude, that's fun. Let's go.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely looking to change it up this year. I absolutely love all these things, the buffalo dip, the little Smokies, the cheese dip, but like I'm craving something new. So I've got a couple of my cookbooks, and I found, I think, three interesting things that they'll work. It's going to be a different Super Bowl this year for us. I don't know if it's going to fly, but I think I'm going to try at least one of these things, if not all of them.
You already have 3 things, or you're looking for 3 things?
I have 3 that I think will fit the bill.
Okay.
The first one is from a couple cookbook, and it's actually the recipe that they talked about on the episode. So it's their Gouda cheddar ranch bread, and I'm just going to show you the picture because that thing,
bro,
so good.
If it'll focus, is it?
It focused. You're good,
dude.
Yep. Yeah,
that looks good. I think that will tick a lot of the boxes.
Well, and you can put stuff on that or
yes.
dip it. Like there's a lot of options there.
Yes. Yeah. So that's number one. Number two, my wife gave me this book for my birthday, Mediterranean food. So I'm super excited about that. Just for, change in flavors. But I was thinking like a baked cheese, like, still kind of in that smoky cheese dip realm. But I found this baked feta dish that looks outstanding.
Yeah.
So just hot cheese with some, I haven't read the recipe yet, but I mean, tomatoes, onions, some spices on it, a lot of basil.
Yep.
But just like, the feta and the oil, just, get some crackers in there. Yes.
Yep.
And the third one I found is from Joshua Wiseman's book.
Love that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And this is, you hit the nose on or hit the nail on the head here with the fruit. This thing is really, really got me interested. But it's funny, we were talking about tequila a second ago because, it's mezcal, not
same
tequila.
tequila.
It's
a
close,
better
right?
tasting tequila, in my
but
opinion.
Is it focusing? I can't tell.
Yes. Yeah.
I need
fruit,
to move.
candied fruit something.
Yes. It's like what's he call it? So this book's all about textures, and it's in the crunchy book. Or the crunchy chapter, but you basically skewer a bunch of fruit and then you melt some sugar and water and add mezcal to it. And you basically just, coat the candy skewers in this sugar mezcal dip. And then you dunk them in ice water to harden up that sugar in the mezcal. But dude, that sounds, it's just gorgeous. I mean, look at that.
It'd be fun to make too.
Yeah. It sounds like dirty grapes. Have you ever made dirty grapes?
Oh yeah.
With your kids? Oh, you got to make dirty grapes with your kids.
Frozen grapes, is that what you're talking about?
Well, you freeze them, and then you get different dishes of Kool-Aid mixes, different flavors, and then you take the grape on a toothpick. You dip it in water, and then you roll it in that Kool-Aid mix, and then you freeze them.
Okay.
And they turn colors, and then they taste amazing. Nice. They're fun. The kids love making them. But that
turns their mouth different colors.
You don't put sugar like in the Kool-Aid mix? Because have you ever eaten just a pack of Kool-Aid?
Yes.
Have you?
I have, actually.
Clearly he has.
Youth group growing up, we had this game, and the game, like, my pastor had a trash bag full of just random items. And we had 2 lines, and there were 2 trash bags, and you had to just run, grab an item, and eat it before the next person could run up and grab an item.
And
there were things like ramen, like just straight from a bag.
Oh, gross.
You had to
I love
eat the
that.
crunchy ramen. You had to drink the powder. I got the Kool-Aid packet, and that stuff is vile with no sugar. It is terrible. Like it took everything in me just to like punish this, and I forget what flavor it was, but it's like I haven't drinking Kool-Aid since.
I will say, because you probably had the ripped off top packets. Those don't have the sugar. You add the sugar to those, but like
does it come another way?
Like the pigs down in Texas like the charcoalberry flavor of Kool-Aid. So, but we buy the little tin. And that's what we picks in it. But I tasted it the last time we had it out there, and it was super sweet because I think they're adding sugar to those packets now.
Yeah, not
should
back in the
do
day.
that and then add Pop Rocks to it.
Love some Pop Rocks, yes.
Yeah, freak out some pigs.
Yeah. Sorry, we're off topic here.
Off
Sorry,
topic.
The Kool-Aid. Yeah, the Kool-Aid sent me back down a trip I didn't expect to take tonight.
Let me change it up a little bit. What is, if you walk into a Super Bowl party and you see this being served, and you're walking out the door?
Oh, I don't go to those parties, so.
Yeah, I don't go to that party much.
All my friends can cook good.
The thing I stay away from that's usually like out at parties for the most part is like anything that's this is like this is less about food and more about like germs and stuff. But I don't love when there's like Chex Mix there, just and people are just like grabbing out of it. Like a bag of like a bowl of chips doesn't bother me, but bowl of Chex Mix is like, there's a lot of fingers in that. Like, I don't know.
Unless there's a cup in there or something.
Yeah, if there's a cup or a spoon in it, maybe I'll do it. But for the most part, like those are those cheap snacks. And I'm like, Matt, pass, hard pass. Like, what else you got? That one usually gets my go. Like the big thing of like if someone's got a bunch of like mixed nuts in a bowl or something like that, I'm like, I'll probably, unless they've got shells on them, I'm staying away.
That doesn't surprise me, but you didn't say what I expected you to say.
what would you think I was gonna say?
Pork nachos. Dude.
Oh yeah, that's just Well, unfortunately, it doesn't like me. Now, if I'm at my own house, I might risk it. Who knows? I'm not a quitter.
Yeah.
But no, that's. But I will say, when we were talking about what we had, and that's one of the things I was back and forth on what I want to do. But this would be a good one for a Super Bowl party that I did for the week or for last week's meal prep. I pulled a couple chunks of, for those of you that don't hunt, it could be chuck roast for all you care, or a pork butt of some sort, or tenderloin of that sort of thing. But basically, I pan-seared and slow cooked in a slow cooker and just made my own, like, basically pulled pork. Nice. I just did it with venison so I could actually eat it. But that's another one that I think goes a long way. And it's an easy thing to add into the mix. Yeah. Going back to even that bread that Chris had, you put some pulled pork on some of that bread that he just showed.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Like that's a flavor profile that you can't, it's so fun. And again, it's another item that I think like meatballs and smoked weenies, like those are another one of those that you can just super versatile. You can just put it on a plate for those people who are, not into bread. You can just have it that way. And for those people that want to make a sandwich out of it, like you can make an amazing, pulled pork sandwich out of just about anything. But I think that's kind of another party trick, especially if you're serving a bunch of people and you're not sure. Like beef is usually safe. So, or chicken, right? And you could do pulled pork as pulled chicken or as pulled beef too. And most of the time you're going to be, a little safer, at least for your friends who are pork intolerant or don't eat it for other reasons. We thank you for using other meat substitutes.
Well, it's good to be diverse. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Like when you're doing any type of shredded meat at a big event, it's just easy.
Yeah.
It's just easy to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I got a buddy Ryan who hosts Super Bowls and New Year's a lot, and he's always smoking something and chicken and pork and all the things. So crazy good.
Yeah. Put a spoon in your Chex Mix, weirdos.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about the smoky Chex. I need to whip up a batch of that.
Dude, your smoky Chex Mixes. Yeah, if you do, can you make a lot and send me a bag?
Yes.
Well, I'm going to be experimenting a bit more. So Mitch, the guy that started me on the smoky Chex train, has changed his recipe, and I kid you not, it will knock your socks off.
Yeah, he was smoking something I saw on Instagram the other day. I don't know if that was what he was talking about.
He will not share the recipe, and I'm super pissed.
That tracks.
It is crazy good. It is he's got kind of like that fruit we just talked about from Josh's book. It his mixture somehow coats all the pieces and is it adds some extra crunch. But it is next level good. Whatever he did, he's got something going.
Well, listen, yours is pretty phenomenal too. And you remember when we were kids?
It's just okay now.
You remember when we were kids and you get those metal tin cans of the
popcorn?
Popcorn from school? Yeah, listen, Chris, I'm expecting a metal tin can of your smoked Chex Mix.
Yeah.
It's going to be a pricey tin.
I'll take a small version of that, but yes, I would love that big one too. But yeah,
we can do some of that for Christmas. Yeah.
It's good stuff.
I'm a fan. I like it. I'll make one of those for sure.
Yeah.
Yes. No. Well, any other plans? We can keep it kind of short and sweet tonight.
Yeah, no, I don't. And I also like the other thing I think is cool about parties like this too is think about too, if you're making stuff for a bunch of people, you're probably going to make too much. And so make sure you got stuff that's good leftovers too. I think that's what's cool about the things we talked about tonight. All of these are phenomenal leftover options,
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe minus Corey's chili jalapeno or chili chipotle weenies that are by day 4 are nuclear.
Watch quantities. You don't want to eat the same weenies for a week straight.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, I say, but this is another good example as to why you got to have some good solid glass meal prep dishes.
Yeah.
So just to throw that out there, if you're still using the plastic stuff, get rid of that stuff. Go on Amazon, get you that like 27-piece glass set, and go ahead and it's not expensive. They're pretty cheap actually, surprisingly. And I got 2 different sets of them. Man, I love it. It's great to we like to do some for even friends, like making sure that they've got stuff to go home with.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, the plate with the aluminum foil on it. Man, just let them make up some stuff and take it home.
Yeah.
But keep the BPAs off your weenies.
That needs to be a T-shirt.
We can make some stickers. Keep the BPA off your weenies and balls.
That would sell in the. Oh gosh.
Anyways.
Yeah, good stuff.
Moving
guys.
on. Yeah. Swedish meatballs, little Smokies. Yeah. Tell us what you're making for Super Bowl. It doesn't have to be Super Bowl if you're doing any kind of sporting events or
family gathering, whatever.
Gatherings,
I will say, like, I want to take a call back too to kind of. I think this is from the podcast we did with Alan about just like planning out your day though too. And I think maybe Chris, you talked about this too. Like when you got a thing like this, like think about not like write it down. What are you going to make? What are you going to need to make it? Prioritize, like make a plan for that.
What
so that
can you do the day before?
That way you can be present for your Super Bowl party.
100%.
You're not necessarily like that 20 minutes of writing out what you're going to do and when you need to start certain things that's all they're doing in restaurants, guys, to make it so that everything's done in time. Right. It's just, there's a little bit of a planning going in there, but that 20 minutes will make your running around in the kitchen a little bit more enjoyable so that you're not having to like scream at your friends while you're trying to finish this whole thing and then try to go back to being a nice guy. Take that time to kind of plan that out accordingly.
Yeah. I guess that's why all the crock pot dishes are as popular as they are. So
yeah,
you set them and forget them and you eat them when you're ready.
All right.
It works. Well, speaking of crock pot meals, I got my little smoky recipe here. If anybody else doesn't have any final thoughts,
give me your weenie.
I like to do, here's where I like my weenies. 2 packs of little Smokies. I'm doing 18 ounces of, I like spicy, of course. Y'all know me. Spicy barbecue sauce. I'm leaning towards a, oh Lordy, I just forgot. I can see the bottle in my head. What do I buy?
Stubbs,
yes. Spicy Stubbs.
I could see it on your face. I could read it in your head.
Yes. Spicy Stubbs is where it's at. 100%.
Yeah.
That's what
a
I
good
love.
one for crockpots for sure.
I do 2 tablespoons of hot sauce. We love Tapatio over here.
Heck yeah.
2 tablespoons is a lot. So yeah, dial back accordingly. 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. And I do half a cup of pepper jelly.
There it is.
So yes, absolutely love. Sub with
bro.
grape, strawberry, whatever you want. But I love the pepper jelly. But again, yeah, we're going to be spicy. I wouldn't say these go nuclear like Corey's might, but 100%. Yeah, they are a little fiery. So chase it with some cheese or some dairy or something just to tone it back a little bit. But yeah, you just chuck all that in a crock pot and just let it go. I would say let it go low for like 4 or 5 hours. If you put it on high, be very careful. There is some sugar in this, so it will burn. If you do put it on high, maybe only high for an hour or 2 and then dial it back down to warm. Cool. So that's it.
Well, because everything you just said is already cooked, so that's
you just need to make it hot.
You're making it hot and mixing flavors is what you're using that marinade part that time for. So that's also a good thing too. Again, another thing you'd have to like super duper prep in advance for. So yeah, dude, that sounds nuclear and fire. I think maybe if you swapped out the Sweet Baby Ray's and did the rest for like regular sweet sauce, like you'd be fine.
Yeah. Sub the barbecue sauce, dial back the hot sauce. Switch the jelly, for something more fruity.
The pepper jelly, I think you keep because man, that's going to give it a nice little flavor profile. It's going to
give it a pop.
Yeah,
dude, it's good. Yeah, try the pepper jelly. It's crazy good.
Yeah.
There's a company around here that does, I think Midwest. Oh, geez, yeah, I can see the can in my mind. I'll post a link somewhere.
I can't see that one through your eyes.
Jelly.
Sorry,
Midwest. They do like bacon jam. Okay. I think that.
Oh yeah.
It's a local company somewhere close to us here. I think it's based in Marion, even
somewhere in the Midwest.
Midwest.
No, they're in Indy. Yeah, they're a Central Indiana place.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Good local company. We have Bacon Jam. If you sub Bacon Jam for the pepper jelly,
you guys have to just tell me what it tastes like. Gotta get
good.
Gotta stay out of that one.
So. We got you. Yes, write in. Tell us what you guys are eating for these parties and have a good time. Yeah, like Andy said, enjoy your company.
Plan a little bit so you can enjoy yourself. You know,
love it.
Yeah.
Go Notre Dame.
Go to Notre Dame.
Wrong sport. Well, right sport, wrong league.
All right.
I just don't care.
Thanks for joining, guys. We'll catch you next time.